Welcome back to Gar's Graveyard Garage. We're out here. We're going to do a little update and a little tour of what's going on, and we finally figured out what we're going to do with that old 1974 Volkswagen thing. So here we go. What's going on, everybody? This will be a short video, definitely compared to our normal videos, but figured we'd fill you in on what's going on. That truck's still here. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do with it yet. I think the engine is good, and I've already put a HP tune in the computer, so there's some money right there. So I figure pull that engine and computer, and maybe we LS swap that into Hulk. Not entirely sure yet. We're tossing around ideas. And then the old Ford Explorer back there, don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. The white truck, the little short bed Chevy, I traded that for something, and I'm gonna show you in a minute what we traded it for. It ties into one of our next projects, but somebody wanted that, so I traded it. And flashback right now for so you can see what I'm talking about if you missed it. I think it was in our first video. The Red Beetle, still here, brand new wheels and tires. Those are also going to be tied in to the new project. The Subaru, it's gone. I don't think I may have filled y'all in before. It just needed a fuel pump, got a fuel pump in it, and just sold it. I didn't need it anymore because the Volkswagen Transporter or Volkswagen Bus I had, sold that to a cool couple over by Austin. A couple of old school, like, hippie types that wanted to keep it original and just get it back on the road. So, all right. This Beetle's still here. We started looking at the engine. It's definitely seized up. It's full of water. But we noticed there are some mods to this engine, so probably pretty soon we're going to pull that thing in the garage, get the engine out of it, and find out what's going on with that. That's going to be a Baja. So at some point, we're going to Baja that thing out. You coming? For those that were wondering or asking, yes, we still have the Chevy Love. Yes, we're still going to fix it up. And yes, when we hopefully get to 100,000 subscribers, we're going to give this to one of you guys. So when we start getting closer, you'll start seeing some project updates on this, because we have plans for this. It's not going to stay like it is. We're going to fix it up. Not all the way. We're going to leave the patina and everything. It's too nice, but we're going to do some modifications to it. The Satellite, still got it. Still trying to figure out how far I want to go with this. But that brings us to the 74 Volkswagen thing. We have been tossing around ideas of what to do with that. And I was almost about to pull the trigger on turning this thing into a trike, which was pretty unanimous that a lot of you guys wanted us to turn it into a trike. Problem is the body is so cut up. That's what stopped me from officially pulling the trigger on it. Engine is great, transmission's probably good, and of course it has that beefy Volkswagen thing front end. And then out of nowhere, at me and the little one went to a car meet this last Sunday, and a guy, we were there in the Zombug, a guy walked up, started talking to us about the Zombug and said, hey, I've got something you might be interested in. He filled me in on what it is. Of course, I immediately got interested because I've had several of them all the way back to when I was a teenager. And he told me what he wanted for it, and then he said, I'm also open to trading. And I said, well, I've got this little 89 Chevy short bed, V6 standard Cheyenne farm truck. And he said, yeah, I would be down for that. So we now have what's going to happen with the Volkswagen thing that I'm currently leaning on. So this is what we are now going to turn the Volkswagen thing into. We're going to pull the guts out of that and put them on that. And this is a pretty beefy dune buggy. The single shocks in the front. It's already got a tow bar mount for it, this is the Super Beetle style mount, but I have a tow bar for it since I have the same mount on the Muppet Bug. But we're going to get rid of the flames, and this is going to be the Garth's Graveyard race buggy. It's got the dual shock set up on the back. They've already put a pretty nice wiring kit on it with the relays. They converted the clutch to hydraulic. They rebuilt part of the transmission. New pedal assembly up in there. The drop bars for back here are in there. It's almost all done. So the wheels on the red Baja out there, we're gonna stick on here and do a black and white themed graveyard buggy. The only body work I need to do is right here. Luckily this is straight pipe, easy replacement. Chop that out, weld some new pieces in, and then the little side brush rails will be good. But there's the plan. Pull that engine out, put it in here. The axle, maybe off of there, bolted onto here. If not, save it or sell it. The body is trashed, and then we might save the transmission out of it. Don't quote me, but I think me and my buddy were talking about that. This transmission might be the beefier style transmission with the bigger CV axles like the Transporters had. If it is the beefier one, we'll save all the guts off of that and basically get rid of the body because we don't need it. It's too far gone. So that's what we're going to be doing. Finishing up what somebody started. It was running and driving apparently till I think they said a nut fell down in the intake and went right into a cylinder, destroying the engine. Yeah, that's the guy that gave it to me said, yeah, the guy that I got it from didn't tell me a bolt was in the intake and it fell down in there and destroyed it while he was driving it around. So yeah, let us know if you have some ideas in the comments, some things we could do. He put these newer style, like, I'm not a fan of these. They're shiny. Yeah, shiny objects. Not a fan of that style. I want to go back to the old school Baja buggy, big round headlights. Probably put a light bar. He put the fuse thing up here, or the switches up here, because said he didn't fit in here. But it's got like racing style switches on it. Pretty cool, but it doesn't need to be up here. It'll probably go up under there. Might see about getting a little windshield on it. And yeah, this is going to be fun. I sold my last dune buggy, or should I say I traded it several years ago, and I've missed it ever since. But I couldn't pass that up.
I get to drive this one, right?
Yes, you can actually drive this one. Because it makes me proud you can drive a manual transmission. That's my girl. That one's going to learn too. You're going to learn how to drive a manual transmission. The one where you have to shift. Like in the Vroom Vroom. Where'd you find that?
I've been carrying it around for a minute.
Where'd you find it?
Out there.
Let me see it. Well, that's one of my Well, that's one I've been missing, I think. Huh. Well, thank you. You found one of my wrenches.
Back in my pocket.
Huh?
The one that didn't make it back in my pocket.
I don't know. It's from walking back and forth with tools at some point. So that's where we are. There's not much we can do this week. We are lining up. We've got bad weather moving in too, but we're lining up a rescue out to the graveyard coming up. I'm not sure what day next week, but we're going to be doing that rescue. So we'll be filming that one. We'll be filming with this one, and we've got I've got the instrument cluster all built and ready to be wired into Clyde, so we're going to be doing that. And what else we got going on? A friend's project. I'm going to go to San Antonio. It's going to be it'll be a fun one. It's not a big project, but he has a project he can't keep running, and he heard about me, so we're going to go pick it up for him, help him out, and bring it back here. He uses it kind of in the same capacity as the cosplay stuff I do with doing Deadpool and going to children's hospitals. He has a car that he uses, kind of like my Zombug, that he uses for different events and stuff. So we want to definitely help him out and make that thing run for him. So we're going to work on that one. And one other one, another friend has an old, I'll go ahead and just tell you what it is. It's an old 67 Mustang. We're going to be bringing that over here, seeing if we can make it run. It's just been sitting quite a while. It's actually a factory AC Mustang. I've already looked at it. It's very nice. We're going to get that on the road for him. And am I missing something? There's got to be. Which one am I missing?
My dream car.
Oh, yes. Her dream car. For some friends of mine, basically just inherited an old Chevelle Super Sport, and it's got a fresh rebuilt 454 in it, and they need some help. They just went and rescued it from way up northeast somewhere and drug it back.
Kentucky? Tennessee?
No, it's further than Tennessee. They were way up there. It's way up there somewhere. I don't know. Some of you guys live up that way because you leave comments, which we appreciate. But it came from way up there, and we're going to see if we can finish it out for him. It needs some metal work and some other things done to it. But it sounds awesome. So, and she's excited because she went behind my back and asked them permission to drive it when it's done, and they let her. They granted her permission to drive a 454 Chevelle.
And it's a 71. It's the exact model. It's black with white stripes. Yeah.
Yeah, I had one before, and unfortunately, it went bye-bye. Long, ugly story. Yeah, it went bye-bye for $250. Not happy about it. I lost control of it. But, okay, well, I think that's about where we can wrap up. It's just kind of an update video to show what's going on, and that the kid is good at finding tools out in the pasture.
And I'm still alive.
And yeah, Beaker is still here, and meep. And we're gonna have there won't be a video this weekend because we're gonna be doing we're gonna start filming, but it won't be ready because I don't want to just throw up a partial video. But all right, I think we're gonna wrap that up now. Please like, share, subscribe. Let's try and get to 100,000 subs. I really want to start finishing up that Chevy Love and surprise one of you guys with it. Because we're not going to tell the person that won that they won until we show up at their door. And here's the other thing. We see a lot of people that talk about, there's a lot of channels that give away vehicles, but they make it where you have to go to their merch store and purchase something to get an entry. We're not going to do that because that's kind of not fair. We want to just straight up give it away. So we're creating a system, an entry, to where you can get entered just by entering your information, one entry, and that's it. You don't have to purchase anything. We would love it if you did. We do see every time people make purchases in the merch store, thank you. And the pictures that people have sent us wearing the merch, thank you, we appreciate it. But we're not going to do like these other channels. And some of these guys, these bigger channels that can afford it, That's not fair. You're making enough off YouTube. We don't want to do that. We're just going to give the truck away. You don't have to pay to enter. So that's going to be a free straight up giveaway. And yeah, I can't wait to finish it because we don't have to do a whole lot. And we're going to do some little things on there that I think you guys will like. But okay, well, we'll wrap this up now, and and then we'll see you in the next video next week. So until then, we'll see you.